Did you, on your Ibogaine experience, first or second, did you discover beauty then? It's interesting because you were talking about the kind of very distinct funnel, the structure that this drug sends you down, and it points out your addictions. It'd be like your fear addictions as well. And if you go there, it's such a painful. It's like an electric fence to bring you back.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
exactly.
Right. So where does beauty fit into all that?
I would say it came after. So like generally what's described is you have your kind of the day that you are just laying flat and you're it's very like, I think part of why it's so powerful is that you're in a dream state. And so your body just relaxes and is just, if you don't move, it's actually comfortable to physically lay there, even though you're barely moving at all for 20 hours. And then there's so your brain is just doing so much work. And then they say the second day, which you're still in that dream state, is the gray day, but you're more able to talk and you can write a little bit in your diary or something, like walk around just a little bit. But so for me, it was after I landed, after I woke up, because it is a very distinct experience that like almost the first time anyway, for me, it was like this wave went over my body and whoop, and I was back and all the paranoia was gone. But so, yeah, I'm trying to like be concise. So the experience of beauty, maybe there's two kind of components. One is just physically, like you feel like you're 6 years old and you're so clean, and apparently physiologically it actually resets your dopamine receptors. So you're almost like reset in many ways, and it's hard to describe how amazing it feels to have like that like, I don't know, it's like you just came out of a shower, but like, 50 times better. But then the second, sorry, what?
A molecular shower.
Yeah, right. But the second experience, definitely what came for me after the second trip, which is what, I just went to bed, and then at like, 4 a.m, I think, I woke up, started feeling some anxiety, and I had that flashback of what I think is early childhood trauma, and I went into it, and I did my Peter Levine exercises to like try to process it in the moment. And so as I was validating the trauma from whatever, maybe 40 years ago, I wept, and I had a lot of relief. And to me, that was the experience of beauty. And like going back to the campfire analogy, is like I started placing it in perspective. I started seeing the root of what was a lifelong, permanent, confusing anxiety in my body. It was like, this is where it came from. And so being aware, like, oh, it's almost like I was blind and I was stumbling around, and I would kind of walk from the snow into the hot coals and back in the snow, whereas like, oh, now there's a fire. It's always been here. I didn't know. And so now I can start working with the trauma because I've actually identified where it is. Yeah. I've never thought about it that way, but that's what I would say is like, the best way to describe like how I was able to have a beautiful experience.